Welcome or welcome back. How are we? Good day to you. It is the first time in the day that I'm talking, so excuse me if I'm a bit rusty. Grab your coffee because we are catching up for the month of April. If you're new here, hi, nice to meet you. I am so happy that you're here. My name is KJ. I'm an aspiring fantasy author, currently working on a YA cozy fantasy. I want to preface this video just by acknowledging how difficult the world is right now. I know a lot of us creatives find it very hard to create. I'm so good with words. When things are as they are, and I always try to keep my videos focused on the writing and books and trying to show just a normal uplifting life of someone trying to get traditionally published. However, I think it would be very naive and just out of touch if I didn't acknowledge how difficult things are at the minute. If you're having a hard time, just know that I see you, and I hope that I'm creating a space where you can escape for a bit and just have fun. I also think now more than ever we need creatives and artists and musicians to use their talents and to use our voices and to come together as humans, really. I think it's very hard to create right now, but more than ever is when we need it, especially with AI. I'm not gonna go there. It's just you can imagine. But yes, if you're having a hard time, I want to say that I see you, I understand, and I'm sending you the biggest hug I can. And please don't let your sparkle be taken away. And I hope that you have a lovely month of May. With that aside, welcome. This is my April wrap up. I've got my nose down here because otherwise I'll go on a ramble. April was a good month. Half of the month I was on a writing break, which did me wonders. Honestly, it did so well for my creativity. And somehow, in the second half, I have managed to edit 15 chapters out of 33. Now, when I say edit, I'm on draft 2, and on draft 2, I made a lot of developmental changes to the book and the story and the timeline. So, when I mean that I'm editing, I'm just doing a pass to make sure that those changes work and that, and I'm tidying things up a little. I am not focusing on a line level to see, like, is this good? Do I need more descriptions? I mean, I am doing a little bit of that because that's just inevitable, but the main focus is to make sure that those changes work and that I didn't create even more plot holes for myself. You may have seen it in my last video. It was a writing blog. If not, I'll link it somewhere. But I had a call with Jenny Chappell, which is a professional editor, and she's one of the founders of RefPit. I will link everything below. But I had a call with Jenny, which was so good, and between the rest and her call, I really felt my creativity flare, like flower with the spring, I guess. And it was just really good. I then also had a retreat. It was just one day retreat with my friends, and I did so much. Honestly, that day was so productive, and the place that we went to was so pretty. Like, I had no idea that we had such a place so close to me. It was a bit of a pain to get to because I don't drive, but it was so worth it. In terms of reading, I finished 2 books. This is a comp for my YA cozy fantasy. I think I'm gonna stick with this one. It's The Witcherlies by Annalise Avery. It is so good. Just check it out, honestly. Should I read the blurb? For the kingdom, for the magic, and for love. Aurelia Wycherley is entering her debutante season as a witch, which means glamorous balls, perilous trials, and finding the perfect match to tether her magic to, or risk losing it forever. But Aurelia's magic is cursed, and not the kind that anyone will want to match with. When Aurelia's arch nemesis, enigmatic Jules Knightley, offers his help, he may be her only hope. As they navigate the magical season, they uncover dark forces at play, and what began as a secret alliance blossoms into forbidden romance. Full head over broomstick love with this Sunni witchy romantic fantasy. uh, this had me giggling, kicking my feet. I love Jules. He's a great male character, love interest. I love Aurelia. Listen, no notes. I gave this 5 stars. Obviously, it's a YA, so it reads young, but I think she's 17. Don't quote me on that one. And it just has so many of those elements that I love so much. So 5 stars to this one. It's my first 5 stars of the year as well, so that was great. And we have the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, which I'm sure you may have heard about. Most of the time I kept screaming at the main character because I feel like she should have found a therapist like 10 years earlier than this book happens. But it was cozy. I love the magic, I love the characters, and it was very cozy, and it was a very easy read. Actually, I read this so quickly. Now, for a little life update, because I do like doing these. Life has been good. I've been loving my 9 to 5. I've been there for nearly 3 months now, and I feel like I'm in a good routine. Been doing this thing in the mornings where I have silent mornings, and I wake up, I do my coffee, get my breakfast and whatever, and it's just me and my thoughts. No music, no YouTube videos, no phone, no social media, no Discord or WhatsApp, nothing. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I have been doing this for a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna continue because I'm not sure why I wasn't doing this the whole time. It is so good. Highly recommend. It is just me, my thoughts, and my journal, and the only screen that I'm allowed is my laptop, and only if I'm going to be working on my writing and my books. That's the only screen that I'm allowed. And I'm not using like any ambience music, nothing. That's cut off. Because I was feeling like I kept getting so distracted and down rabbit holes that I didn't want to go into. I did fail something, one of my goals. I wanted to do a run a week. I went on 0 runs this month. However, I went on a lot of walks, and I was just having a really chill time, a really nice time. That's We're not gonna stay on that too long. My personal curriculum this past month in April, it was Norse mythology. It was good. I already knew quite a bit, and to be honest, I could have done more for it, but I'm okay with that. It was a busy month. Also completed one of my financial goals, which I wasn't expecting, and it's made me very happy. So April was great, actually, now that I'm talking about it. Now, let's move on to my journal. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're like, what on earth is this journal? I will link the first video that I did about this somewhere on the screen and down in the description. I gamify my life, and I've been trying to every month show my progress because I do get points for doing things, and I do level up if I get them done and I get enough points. So let's move on to that. Right. And what should I start with? Let's start with the badges of honor. I reached one of my financial goals, which means we get to color this one in this little treasure thingy. Now, those are supposed to be coins. So I'm gonna do them yellow because I'm a basic person. But yeah, that's the only one that I can color in this month. And honestly, I'm really happy because I didn't think I was gonna get to do this one. Move on to my monthly stats. For Pisces, obviously, because I failed my goal to do a run a week, I deducted quite a few points from that. However, I have been taking vitamins, going on a lot of walks and things like that, so I still gave myself 10. Spirit and Anaya, I gave myself 20 because April was fully a month of self-care, and I think I did really well. And I was working on my herb index and my personal curriculum and all of that, so I think I did really well. For Hermit, I gave myself 15 because one of my goals was to post every week on YouTube, and I didn't do that, and that relates to my writing. And then also I was taking a rest from writing, so I deducted 5 points, which, you know what, ow, which, you know what, I'm fine with. That is totally okay with me. A cottage, I gave myself 10, which is the maximum that I can get here. And then charisma, I only gave myself 5 because I was a hermit and I didn't do a lot of social plans or anything outside of the retreat and spending time with my partner. On side quests, however, I did so well. I actually managed to get 100 extra points. That is not counting my main quest, like the financial goal from the badges of honor. This is just side quests that I did. This does include the writing retreat. To make things easier for myself, I've already marked where I need to color in. In total, I earned 290 points this year, this month, which means I'm going up 2 full levels and a bit. But yeah, very happy with my progress considering we're only on month 5 now. So okay, and then this is my tracker for my personal curriculum, and I get to color in April because we did do it. Even though I wanted to do a bit more, I still did enough to complete it. But yeah, that's it for the journal. On to May goals. In terms of writing, I have 18 chapters left. My goal is still to do 3 chapters a week minimum, but I'm ahead, so I'm not putting any pressure to me. Once I finish editing those, this is like draft 2.5. I said 3 in my previous video, but now it's more like 2.5. Once I finish that, I'm going to do a read through where I'm going to be annotating and finding the weak spots and where it needs more description or more interiority, or where it reads a bit too passive, and all of that. I also want to go to my writing club. I haven't been going for the past couple of months. It's just been a bit chaotic, and it is a train ride. It's like, I mean, it's only 40 minutes, but because of when the trains are, it's a whole day thing for me, when for my friends it's just like a couple of hours in the morning, you know what I mean? And with everything else going on, I just haven't been feeling very social, but I've noticed that I've been really isolating myself, and I don't want to do that. So my goal is to go once or twice to my writing club. I also need to find more possible comps for my YA fantasy, because I need more YA comps. I just need to research a bit more. I'm having a lot of trouble finding cozy fantasy that is not adult, which I love. I love that we have that as adults, but I'm like, what about young adults? Although, to be fair, maybe most young adult is kind of cozy because it's young adult. Comms fry my brain. Jenny said that maybe I can try finding something that is not labeled as cozy, but it reads kind of cozy. So that's going to be my homework for reading. I've got 2 books that I want to read or start reading. When I'm working and writing, I don't tend to read a lot and a lot more slowly, but we're gonna try. So the first one is the Baby Dragon Cafe by, I'm definitely gonna butcher this. I am so sorry. I hate getting people's names wrong, but it's by A.T. Kureshi. Kureshi? Kuresh? I feel like Kuresh sounds right. Anyway, it's the Baby Dragon Cafe. It looks very cozy. It just looks fun, honestly. And then one that I'm very excited and that I pre-ordered and it finally came in the mail. It's Love Galaxy by Sierra Branham. Look how pretty she is. Honestly, absolutely gorgeous. It's Sierra's debut, so please go ahead and check it out. Purchase it if you can, or if you want to, or take it from your libraries. It really helps debut authors if you do that. It is now out both in the US and the UK, and it sounds so fun. Like, so fun. I will read it actually. Um, Tonight on Love Galaxy, a hot new bombshell enters the cosmos. When Temmie lands a spot on Love Galaxy, the wildly popular dating show starring the brother and sister heirs to the galactic empire, she knows it's her one chance to change her life. Hang on, Temmie babes, you're supposed to be wooing the prince, not falling for his sister. Temmie may have been handpicked to date quiet, bookish Prince Nix, but she can't seem to keep away from Princess Spee. She's entirely off limits, even if their magnetic chemistry is undeniable. And when contestants start turning up dead and whispers of rebellion spread, Temmie and Spee find themselves in over their heads romantically, politically, and possibly fatally. Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? I don't think so. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be reading this month, and possibly any other cozy comp that I find. In terms of life goals, I'm gonna continue with my silent mornings. My personal curriculum is pre-Roman Spain. Now, I am Spanish, I grew up there, although my dad's Scottish. I really wanted to look into pre-Roman Spain because obviously we had the Iberians and we had the Celts. I just wanted to see what I can learn about pre-Roman Spain because I think it's just very interesting. And I am gonna continue working on my herb index, and I'm gonna do a bit more work on my crystal one because I've neglected that one a little bit. And I'm also doing something that I've never done for the first time. I'm doing a 10k walk for charity. That's actually this Friday, so that's gonna be very fun. I'm doing that with work, so I'm not gonna share anything here just because I don't want you to know where I work. But so far, I mean, we only had like 2 weeks and a bit to raise any money, but we've raised like £300 on something. We were only aiming for 500 because of the time limit, so that's really good. And yeah, I am really looking forward to that. I think May is gonna be pretty good. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. I am so glad that we got to catch up. Let me know how your month of April was and what you're working towards in May and some of your goals, whether they're writing or something else that you're doing. I am a very nosy person, so feel free. And yeah, I hope this month brings you lots of joy and productive energy and a sense of community. And know that even though sometimes it feels like we are not alone. And yeah, anyway, I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye. I'm not sure if that was any good, but cheers.